So this morning I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw something that caught my eye. There's this Instagram account, I'm forgetting his name right now, I'm so sorry. I'll have it on screen. Here's the name. Basically what this guy did is he filmed a shot of Liza and kind of made a really cool boomerang thing with just a bunch of Lizas. I don't know how to describe this. If you're new here, Playing with Fire is a series I have on this channel where I get inspired by another creative's work, photo, video, whatever, and I try and recreate it with my own twist to learn a new process or a new skill. So that's what we're gonna do today. Let's roll my intro. This. Let's go. Okay, I got my phone. Let's actually. Why am I out of breath? Let's go over what I'm actually talking about, shall we? So this, it's Will Carmack. I'll put it up screen so you can see it. There's just a bunch of Lizas popping up. He called it the Infinite Liza Loop, which I guess is appropriate. I don't know how he did this. This is kind of how all these videos start off. I look at it and I'm like, how? I'm guessing he just took a bunch of pictures? Or are these just all freeze frames? Then he just kind of stacked them on one another and looped it? One thing I'm thinking about now is what the heck am I gonna do? Because one, I cannot dance, and two, my foot doesn't get that high. It looks so cool though. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Just from looking at this, I don't think After Effects is necessary, but I feel like I'll just do it in After Effects for convenience and the just-in-case-ness, you know? There's another person who makes really cool, similar stuff. Her name is Leah Motion. That is definitely After Effects with like all the doubles crossing each other. I'm assuming, I don't know. Maybe that will be for another video. If you want to see that, leave it in the comments. Before I get started, I need to think of what I actually want to do because ideally this will go up on my Instagram as like an actual post, you know? I post on Instagram maybe once every 10 years, so I mean, I don't know, I want to make this good, you know? Like when I post, it better be good because you're not getting another one for another 2 months. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I'll do something with a soccer ball. That might be fun. Or a disaster. I don't know. How about I stop talking and let's go get started. Why is it that literally every time I film, excuse me? So I'm gonna film this against this pretty basic and blank background right now. I was told off by a TA for incorrectly setting up my tripod. Look at me now. There is no correct way to set up a tripod. Oh, I didn't lock that leg. Maybe I should have listened to him. Focus. It's so slippery right here. I can't see what I'm filming. I think one thing I'm noticing is that I don't need to do the full motion. I literally just have to do half because I'm gonna be repeating it or looping it anyway. Wow, that took some rocket science right there to figure out. That was a fail. Okay, so a little update. It is currently, it's pretty late. I've been editing this video for so long in After Effects, fooling around. I literally forgot how to cut a clip in After Effects. Like I did a whole video on it and I still forgot so many of the basics. This just proves that I have to do more repetition here. Anyway, I've run into a couple problems. First I had to mask like all of the frames, which is fine. I kind of took a gamble on like how many frames in between. Hopefully it's good. I was looking at the original video again, and in it he keeps kind of like the cutouts are in the video the entire time, and in mine it kind of just disappeared at the end, so I need to mask my like fluid movements as well at the end, which is just taking more time. Definitely been a learning curve, but it's fun so far and I'm figuring it out. So okay, so it's a couple days later. I know I'm wearing literally the same thing I was wearing last time, trust me. It's like 2 or 3 days later now. And I finally finished the edit, so how about I show you what I did real quick. This definitely took more time than I thought it was gonna take, but at the same time I'm not necessarily surprised because it's like, obviously that was gonna take time. My basic overview of this whole process is that there's just a lot of keyframing and masking. If you're watching this process and you're like, Audrey, you could have done this so much faster, please let me know how. I kind of broke this edit into two parts. First part is when I kick the ball over my head and there's kind of all these cutouts that stay on screen. So each one of those obviously is a mask. I kind of went every 5 frames. I don't know why I chose 5 frames, but it worked out. So, and then I would mask out me and the ball in each one. And then I just kind of prolonged them for the rest of the time so that they would all stay. Part 2, I went through, and this one, at this point I was kind of like, yeah, I'm done with all the masking. And then I realized that if I wanted to keep like me in front of everything that's going on, I needed to mask myself out again. So I literally went in and again keyframed every time I move. Even though this background layer of the cutouts of me kicking the ball is a PNG, I still needed me to be like in front of the frame. And then at the bottom I just added the original video so that I could have the background and stuff. I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but I color graded this clip before I started this whole process just so that like that the colors are all there and I don't have to worry about it now, you know? Okay, so here's an example of what I did to keyframe one of these cutouts. So if we click on one of these, you can see that there's actually 2 clips because me and the ball are 2 separate masks. And yeah, you can like, look, I went around everything in order to mask in After Effects, use the pen tool, and yeah, you kind of just go around. It's pretty. If you want to like bend it, you click and drag, you know. Wow. Yeah, and so I did that for each one every 5 frames. It took a while, but you know, you do what you gotta do. For the second part, it was similar. I literally, wow, I love how blurry that is. But no, you can see I kind of just masked me walking around. Yeah, so that was my process. This wasn't the most complicated edit. It kind of felt or seemed it seemed a lot more complicated than it was, and it definitely was a little, you know, discouraging, especially when I was masking and then I was like, am I doing this all for nothing? Maybe. I've officially finished making this, I still don't know what to call it, like boomerang animation thing, whatever. I'm gonna have an interesting time titling this video. Here's the final product. Is it cool? I think it's pretty cool. I'm gonna be posting on Instagram, so if you don't follow me over there, what are you doing? You should totally do that. It's just at Audrey Ember. I want to go over some of the things I wish I had done differently though. One is framing. I'm not completely in frame the entire time. It's not a huge problem, but I don't know. I kind of just wish I had been in frame, and also for the purpose of posting it on Instagram, having the dimensions of like a post in mind and not just for a story. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, it's like a basic, simple thing I should have just made sure I did at the very beginning, but I didn't. So the other thing was the frame rate. So looking back at the original, he definitely used either it was like individual pictures or a very high frame rate. Just those 2 things, honestly. Like higher frame rate so that the images when I stopped them wouldn't have been as blurry, and then making sure that the framing was correct. And then the third thing that could have made it better is if it was a little bit of a more symmetrical movement, because Liza's is very cohesive looking and symmetrical, and it's, I don't know, it's just nice to look at. Mine is kind of like all over the place, so I think next time if I were to do something like this, I would kind of plan out what I would do, or if I'm doing it with someone else, like what I would have the subject to do, and think a little bit more about color and just that side of things. But this was all about me just trying something new, and I think it turned out pretty good. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up because it lets me know you liked it. Make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already, because like that you'll be notified when I upload future videos. And yeah, I will see you guys next week with another new video. Bye!